Hello everybody, this is Burgback coming to you with another Starcraft 2 commentary, and in this matchup we'll have KiWiKaKi spawning as the green Protoss on the right side of the map, and his opponent Machine spawning on the left side as the pink. Oh, pink Zerg, look at that beautiful pink palette of the Overlord, isn't that beautiful? Of course, this is for the Intel Extreme Masters American Series that encompasses both Canada and the North America, United States of America. And this is basically just the group stage part of the competition, just going against each other, trying to set up the final brackets for the Intel Extreme Masters American Series. That's going to be happening in October. And of course, both of these players, really top-tier players as it goes. KiWiKaKi, of course, got second place at MLG this past month, getting beaten by Huck, of course, another Protoss player. And Machine getting taken out pretty early on from his practice partner and friend in Control at MLG. So he didn't get that far in, but I think he's trying to redeem himself here at IEM. And as we start out here, we just see KiWiKaKi coming down here. It looks like he wants to build down here at this smaller choke point, wants to really secure this expansion as Machine starts to go out and scout for KiWiKaKi, and of course KiWiKaKi trying to slow down Machine's early expansion here, just dancing around as we move on here. And it just looks like, yeah, bringing those gateways down here. Going to start with the first gateway up in the corner, going for a second gateway right away, and just going to be building up this nice little wall off here to try and slow down those Zerglings. As we also have Machine now scouting out with his drone to see where KiWiKaKi might be. Of course, he doesn't see anything up here. He doesn't see anything down here. So the only other place he can be, yep, right here. As the drone sees those gateways, he decides to book it and get back to his own base. Going for that spawning pool. Of course, I think that was a 14 pool. And going for that fat extractor, getting that gas as well. And just working on it here, just trying to get it here, and see where we go from this starting point. Again, really two top-notch players going against each other. Should be interesting to see how this goes. Of course, this is a Zerg versus Protoss match. A lot of people are getting a little tired of seeing those Zerg matches, and we also have a Roachwarren coming in the back here for Machine as well. Decides to scare off that probe with these Zerglings here, as that probe just decides to run home to mommy. Probably going to get destroyed before that. These Zerglings having a really nice speed. Of course, not going for that metabolic boost as that probe does go down. We do have two Zealots out for KiWiKaKi here. Going to build up a forge here. Really make a nice small choke point there for KiWiKaKi. Make sure nothing gets through. And looks like a little bit of dance here as we have one Zealot trying to just make sure those Zerglings do not get through there. And we're just dancing back and forth as more and more units get placed here on the field. Just going for that Zelnago tower, just trying to get some vision here to see what's coming and what's going, as we are up to 4 Zealots now with a bunch of Zerglings. Let's see, 8 Zerglings. And getting that Overlord right up there. Just going to get a nice bird's eye view of what's going on. Does see that Forge getting an upgrade here as Roach is now starting to come out on the field for Machine. Machine just starting to push those out. Does have what looks like, what, 2? Yeah, 2, 3. 3 of them right now. And again, just not even, KiWiKaKi not even going for a cybernetics core, just pushing out these Zealots, trying to make it a fast game here with just Zealots, trying to do a push with that. But of course, these Roaches do have another story to tell here as we go on, trying to slow them down, trying to slow down that push as Machine just pulling back now, trying to get a couple more Roaches to bolster up against these Zealots. Of course, that +1 weapon almost done as KiWiKaKi is expanding down here. We do see that Machine has expanded up to this spot and is looking to take this gold expansion as well, as Machine starts to send out his Roaches out to the death knell of this wall. And it looks like he is a little bit outmatched here by these Zealots. Of course, that extra weapon skill is getting up there, and these these Zealots just kind of stand there, taking a little bit of damage. Not a whole lot, just taking down the shields, not taking any base damage there. As it looks like the Cybernetics are now starting to come down for KiWiKaKi as he builds up. And of course, Machine seeing everything up here. Of course, not much to be seen here, as roaches and Zealots living happy together, trying to do something to each other as this game goes on. It looks like we're going to have a nice little matchup here between these Zealots trying to run after these roaches. Of course, not much happening here, as they're just dancing back and forth. Stalkers are coming onto the field now, though. And we'll see if that does make a difference here against these roaches. Of course, those Stalkers having a nice amount of range against these roaches, so it will be interesting to see what goes down here as these Stalkers now coming into the field, starting to do some damage. As yeah, these roaches forced to retreat, and the Zerglings now looking like they're coming in to help defend if KiWiKaKi can get into the base. Of course, it looks like KiWiKaKi definitely going on a nice little aggressive maneuver here, pushing Machine back. Machine getting back into his base. Spinecrawlers coming up, but will they be here in time to stop this? These roaches definitely trying to help, as this Queen also doing what it can, and Machine trying to line up these Overlords over top of these Spinecrawlers, but it doesn't look like they did the job. They were a little bit misplaced. It looks like we will maybe have one Spinecrawler, maybe two come up here. And it looks like, yeah, one up, and yeah, they're both going down. So it looks like KiWiKaKi definitely having an advantage here inside Machine's base. Has a couple Stalkers here, but it looks like now Machine getting the upper hand with the amount of units here, but, pushing KiWiKaKi back. Another Spinecrawler trying to get up here, pushing that Overlord back. Of course, I think he has enough here. He doesn't have to worry about any kind of supply cap yet. But just bringing in the Queen now, getting a little desperate, bringing the Queen in, trying to push these three Stalkers. These Stalkers have been amazing. If he could only get to surround with those Zerglings, oh, that would be amazing. But of course, bringing down another Spinecrawler doesn't look like KiWiKaKi is being too aggressive. Has a couple units in the back here, forming up, not a whole lot at the moment, but he does have four more gateways. Man, I am really getting bad with that. 4 gateways here with a robo facility, and pushing that Overlord out with those Stalkers finally. Of course, trying to get that vision out of there as we go on. And of course, it looks like Machine trying to bolster his forces as well. Doesn't want to be seen, bringing all these Overlords just together. As again, this Overlord here having a nice little view of what's going on right in the front of the gate. As we do have a Twilight Council going up as well, probably going to be going for that Blink, or maybe even transgressing into something like Templars. And it looks like Machine's starting to go down with all these Zerglings. All Zerglings just going crazy, starting to go down the field as it looks like KiWiKaKi going for his gold expansion. Machine, of course, building at his gold expansion as these Zerglings starting to come in. Oh, see all the units there, have some sentries in there for a nice little shielding. Of course, not very good against these Zerglings, but trying to, force fields, really nice use of force fields to block them out. Of course, that does block Kiwi as well. And Kiwi just bringing in more Stalkers and a couple Zealots in as well, as he does have an Observer out also to start scouting ahead and see anything that may be burrowed. So very nice play there by Kiwi, as pushing Machine back yet again to lick his wounds and try to fight another day. As we do have a Spire coming up as well for Machine, going to try and transgress in the mutas. See if he can get that advantage there. Of course, if he has a lot of air, he can really do a lot of damage really quick, really fast. Just get around all these Stalkers if he needs to. And it looks like going for that ground level and attack for his ground units, trying to really bolster the amount of damage that he can do. Of course, Machine not having any damage increase on his units, trying to just bolster as many forces as possible. As Kiwi starting to push in here, seeing those Spinecrawlers pulling back just a little bit, going up to this expansion, going to take that thing out. Unless, of course, Machine has anything to say about it, bringing out his forces. Looks like he is trying to bring out his forces as Kiwi starts to attack. Oh, force field's going down. Small choke points, as it looks like he's going to take down that expansion. And Machine's starting to go down into Kiwiville and try to do something. Of course, walled off. Oh, just a little bit of an opening there as Kiwi starts to counterattack with these Stalkers. Of course, really nice use there, getting them out of that expansion. Of course, it's not up yet, but just doing a nice little wall off here with his pylons. Really cheap way to wall off, and that expansion for Machine did go down. And just bringing in more Stalkers, trying to close anything up here and getting those roaches down, forcing Machine, of course, to pull back. All he has right now is a bunch of Zerglings, and he does have some mutas as well, as these mutas starting to come back. Of course, oh, look at all this. These Stalkers down here going to do a lot of damage to those Zerglings that are retreating. A Queen just going down right there, and it looks like supply blocking on both. So, oh no, we're just supply blocked on Machine's side as we start moving in here. Muta's starting to come in, trying to do some kind of AoE damage. Of course, that Sentry doing really good there with that Guardian Shield, and it looks like advantage here to Kiwi as, yeah, Machine sees that and goes GG. So really nice action-packed game there. Starting a little bit with some rushing in the beginning there with some Zerglings, but it looks like Kiwi able to keep it back with those initial Zealots, and just coming up here and just making a lot of gateways up in the front here. Or in his main base, I'm sorry, and just able to hold back and able to mass a huge amount of Stalkers and win the game there for KiWiKaKi. So we'll go on to game number 2 here, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care.